All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig in a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er breakdown, little 49er video on a Saturday as we get you ready for the Niners and the Saints coming up here from the Superdome. What a great Saturday it was. We got up this morning, did a video, went to breakfast, had a fantastic breakfast in the quarter, and then rented a car and drove to Baton Rouge for LSU and Florida and the Tigers. What a great fan base they have. Nobody left this game until it was decided. I mean, nobody left this game. It was unbelievable. The crowd, I would say 99.9% of the crowd that was there at the anthem was there with 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. So great day in Baton Rouge. LSU pulled off the victory, I should say, over Florida. Got this little ditty. Look at that. Isn't that a pretty sweet hat? Saw that in the bookstore. And in the not the bookstore, but the little souvenir shop. I just said, you know what? I got to go for the LSU. It's just clean. It's a clean look. So if you see me wearing that in future videos, you know where I got it. I got it here in New Orleans. But thanks to Pig in a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. And we're also brought to you by, this football season is presented by Sleeper. That's right, the fastest growing fantasy platform in the world. It's a one-stop shop. You get blazing fast news, real-time stats, group chat, season-long leagues, and of course, Sleeper picks for daily fantasy. Use the promo code Larry and Sleeper will match your first deposit up to $100. The link is in the description. Terms and conditions apply. All right, Niners getting ready for the Saints. Saints getting ready for the Niners. Spencer Rattler against Mac Jones. It isn't necessarily what we thought it was going to be, but heck, you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Niners looking to run their record to 2-0. And who knows? Maybe Mac Jones should have been the Niners pick in 2021. Maybe what if Mac Jones just plays incredibly well and all of a sudden just the Brock Purdy thing becomes a footnote because Mac Jones reclaimed his rightful throne, atop the Niner kingdom and became this incredible player. Well, who knows? Dare to dream. But gets his first start with the 49ers against the Saints. And some news and notes from today in Ninerland. So the Niners waived Robert Beal Jr. today. So they did that to create a roster spot for Curtis Robinson. Robinson is one of their favorites, right? He was their Walter Payton Man of the Year. He's a really good special teams linebacker. They're trying to be really good on special teams. They really love Curtis Robinson, the person, and they really think that Curtis Robinson, the player, is coming on. Now, I kind of think of him as a special teamer at this point who shouldn't play from scrimmage, a whole lot. He's much more of a special teamer to me. But, I mean, I know there are people with the Niners that think highly of him and maybe see him as more than just a special teamer. So Robert Beal gets waived, and I don't know that means that's the last we'll ever see of Robert Beal. I mean, they drafted Robert Beal in day 3 in the draft. They took a flyer on him as a 6'4", 260-pound defensive end out of Florida who ran sub 4.5 at that size and size and weight. To run sub 4.5 is kind of freakish. And yeah, he's got freakish measurables, but he doesn't really play to those measurables. So at the end of the day, you don't get forever to prove it in the NFL. And, Robert Beal has not had a lot of success. His athletic prowess has not translated to on-the-field success for the 49ers. So he's probably the lowest defensive end on the depth chart. And they wanted to activate Curtis Robinson, and they used Beal's roster spot to activate Robinson. Now, Robinson, all players that are on the practice squad only get 3 standard elevations. You can be elevated from the practice squad only 3 times over the course of the season. After that, you have to be placed on the active roster or placed through waivers. You can't in any other way get onto the roster. 49ers also made some other decisions today. They promoted Adrian Martinez and Braden Willis from the practice squad. Now, we know the Willis one, right? I mean, 49ers don't have George Kittle and aren't going to have him for a month. So Jake Tongas will step up and handle some of the receiving, and Luke Farrell hopefully will step up and handle some of the blocking. But it really kind of demanded that the Niners either find a new practice squad player or pick somebody off another team's practice squad or sign a free agent. Gerald Everett was out there. They signed Messiah Swinson to their practice squad and then elevated Braden Willis from the practice squad to the active roster. Now, Willis is interesting. He's kind of a hybrid fullback, H-back, tight end. He's not a true tight end. He doesn't have tight end size or stature, but he's got really good hands. He's smart. He's competitive. He's tough. He can block. And you can use him in a lot of ways because he is smart and he's been in the system for a number of years. So Braden Willis gets the promotion, and Adrian Martinez also gets the promotion. I think Martinez is really an interesting player. Shanahan, if you heard his KMBR interview late in the week, sounded very encouraged by Adrian Martinez, and I am as well. He's a great athlete who's playing his best football right now. He was the MVP of the UFL Bowl. He was really good in that league. In fact, he really kind of played some of the best football he's ever played, most recently in the UFL. So he's playing well. He's smart. He's tough. He's competitive. He's been in the Niners system now, or been in the Niners building, I should say, for 2 weeks running scout team. And he's going to be the number 2 quarterback. And the 49er offensive line allowed Brock Purdy to be hit 8 times in week 1. And if Mac Jones is, hit 8 times, I think there's a very good chance we may see Adrian Martinez. Now, the thing about Mac Jones you got to remember is he's not 100% coming into this game. Mac Jones, throughout practice this week, wore a sleeve on his left knee, and he's still kind of trying to, come back from a left knee injury of his own. So he's not quite 100% mobility-wise. He's operating on a line that gave up 8 sacks to a very mobile Brock Purdy last week. To me, this is the factor. The Saints had 5 sacks in week 1 against Arizona. If they can rush and bother Mac Jones, he will turn it over. If they can knock him out, we may see Adrian Martinez. If either of those things happen, then the 49ers could easily lose the game. If they turn it over a few times, they could lose the game. If they don't have Mac and they have to go to Adrian Martinez, and it's kind of a scaled-down version of what they normally do, they could wind up losing the game. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's the latest on some of the Niner news. Now, Adam Schefter has even later breaking news about Jauan Jennings and Trent Williams. Ian Rappaport had reported previously that Jauan Jennings was going to be a game-time decision. And Adam Schefter is now reporting that it looks like JJ is going to be a go. So you're going to have Jennings. You're going to have Pearsall. You might have Jordan Watkins up. I think that's another guy to look for in this game. But Jennings is going to go. He's going to gut it out. I mean, this is why the Niners love Jauan Jennings, because he does try to gut it out. I mean, this is who he is. He will try to gut it out and go. If he can go, he's going to go. He's a money player. You put money on the table, he's going to show up and he's going to play. So he's going to go, according to Schefter. Schefter's also reporting that Trent Williams' knee, that it's a game-time decision. And this is interesting because Trent Williams has not practiced. Didn't practice Wednesday, said it was a vet day. Didn't practice Thursday and didn't practice Friday. Now, he's one of the very few guys at age 36 that probably doesn't need to practice. I mean, let's be totally honest about it. Trent Williams probably can play without practicing. But, that's not normally the way it's done here with the 49ers. Usually if you're going to play in the game, you practice. So it's going to be a game-time decision on how much pain threshold, what kind of pain threshold he has, what kind of pain tolerance he has, how much pain can he play with in that knee. So we shall see, because to me, this is a huge factor in this game. Why? Because Spencer Burford is not, in my opinion, up to blocking speed rushers in the NFL. I mean, I could be wrong, but my eyes tell me he can't do it. And I don't know if Pleasance can do it either. And if there is no Trent Williams, it will be Spencer Burford, who's played his whole career at guard, starting at left tackle. Now, that's a real problem because you've got Granderson and Cam Jordan playing off the edges. Now, Cam Jordan's 290 pounds. He's not necessarily a speed guy, but Granderson is. And Granderson can really dip that shoulder. He's got a number of moves. He's got counters to moves. He is a tough guy to block, and he's probably their best edge guy. So can Spencer Burford hold up in pass pro? is, I think, one of the biggest questions of the day for sure. And I don't know. I'd love to sit here and say, guys, Burford's got it. But based on what I've seen this summer, he doesn't. And if Pleasance has to play, I don't know that he has it either. I don't know that either of those guys have the ability to block NFL edge rush speed. And that's going to be the task, because Granderson can hunt quarterbacks for sure. All right, there it is. There's the breakdown. Great Saturday, an incredible long day at LSU, 4-hour football game. But you know what? It was easy getting in. It was easy getting out. LSU fans were fantastic. The Tiger Stadium is amazing. The show they put on is incredible. The flyover was absolutely incredible. Had a couple beers and hung out with Kev and really enjoyed ourselves. So great Saturday. Can't say anything more about it. And now it's game day. It's game day. Niners and Saints. Can the 49ers go to 2-0? We will find out later today. Thanks to Sleeper for sponsoring the Krueger Show and the entire football season. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krueger Show. Thanks to Claudaddy Arcades, who sent us here, and he's got 2 locations that are opening this year. And actually, we should tell you, Capitola is already open. Right? You could go into Capitola Mall. They got a brand new Claudaddy Arcade at Capitola Mall, and it's open right now. So, you can go in there and check that out. Please do. He's got another one opening later on this year in Visalia Mall down in the Central Valley. Thanks to Claudaddy Arcades for sponsoring this trip sponsoring our trip to New Orleans for Niners Saints. I almost said spring training. And thanks to all of you guys for supporting the Krueger Show on YouTube.